Good morning, everyone. I am Tani from Year 8 Courage. Today, I'll be guiding you through exercise 5.7 from question number 1 to question number 2. So for question number 1, it says that convert each of the following percentage into fraction in their simplest form. So for 1a, it tells us to convert 70% into a fraction. By doing this, we know that a whole percent is equals to 100. So we could write this as 70 over 100, which also means 70 divided by 100. As we get this fraction, we can still simplify it by dividing it by 10. As we all know that 70 times divided by 10 is 7 and 100 divided by 10 is 10. So your final answer, you'll be getting 7 over 10. If you are not sure about for your answers, you could check it by using your final answer multiply by 100, as 100 divided by 10 is 10. So 7 times 10 equals to 70%. Now for question 1b, it says that 75%. So by converting 75% into a fraction, we could write it as 75 over 100, which is 75 divided by 100. As we could still simplify the fraction over here, we could divide it by using 5. So 75 divided by 5 is equals to 15. And 100 divided by 5 is equals to 20. As we get the fraction 15 over 20, we could still simplify it by dividing it by 5 again. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. With your final answer, you'll be getting 3 over 4. If you want to check your answer, you could use the same method as I taught you by using your final answer, multiply it by 100, as we divide it by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. It will be equals to 150 divided by 2, which is equals to 75%. So for question C, it says 20%. So by converting 20% to a fraction, we could write this as 20 over 100, like how we did for the last two questions. By getting the fraction for 20 over 100, we could simplify it by dividing it by 10. But as 20 divided by 10 is 2, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. So we will get 2 over 10. As you can see here, 2 over 10 can still be divided, can still be simplified, so we could divide it by using 2, as 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 1 over 5 will be the final answer. By checking it if it's correct, we would use our final answer, multiply by 100. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So we would get 20%. So now for question 1D, for 36%, by converting 36% into a fraction, we could write it as 36 over 100. Well, this fraction here can still be simplified by 2. So we would get 36 divided by 2, we will get 18, and 100 divided by 2, we will get 50. As 18 over 50 could still be simplified, so we could divide it by 2, as 18 divided by 2 is 9, and 50 divided by 2 is 25, which we will get 9 over 25 for our final answer. By checking it, we could use our final answer multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So we will get 36% as well. So for question 1E, it says 15%. As we convert it to a fraction, we could also be written it as 15 over 100. As we can still simplify this fraction, we could divide it by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So your final answer, you will get 3 over 20. As we could check our answer, we could use our final answer multiplied by 100. As 100 divided by 20 is 5, which our answer that we will get is 15% as well. Now for question 1F, it's a tricky question. So 2.5%, as we convert it, we could write it as 2.5 over 100. But before we simplify it, we could multiply it by 10, as we would get 25, since we would move 1 by 1 0 over here. So we will get 25. And this we will multiply, 100 will multiply by 10, which we will get 1,000. Since there is 3 0, 1, 2, 3. As we will get 25 over 1,000, we would simplify it by 25. So 1,000 divide by 25 is 40. So our final answer, 'll be getting is 1 over 40.
1 over 40. 1 over 40 is 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 1 over 40. 1 over 40 is
By checking it, we would use 1 over 4 times multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 4 is 25, which we will get 25%, but we would divide it by 10, which it has 1 0, so we will move it in front, which you will get 2.5%. So now for question 1G, 215% convert it to fraction. We could write it as 215 over 100, and we can simplify it by 5. So 215 divided by 5 is 43, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So we will get 43 over 20, my bad, over 20. By checking this, we will use final answer. Final answer multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 20 is 5. So 43 times 5 is 215%. So for question H, question number H, 132%. As we convert this into fraction, we could write it as 132 over 100. So we could simplify this by dividing it by 2. So 132 divided by 2 is 66, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. So we will get 66 over 50. As we could still simplify it, we could divide it by 2. 66 divided by 2 is 33, and 50 divided by 2 is 25. So your final answer, you will get 33 over 25. So by checking it, we could use our final answer, which is 33 over 25, multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 25 is 4. As you will 33 times 4 is 132%. So now for question 1G. Question J, 108.4%. So by doing this, we could write it as a fraction form, which is 108.4 over 100. As we could simplify it first, we would divide it by 2. 108.4 divided by 2 is 54.2, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. So we will get 54.2 over 50. As you could see, that this is still a decimal number. So by converting it to a whole number, we will multiply by 10. We will get 542. Since there is 1 0, so it means this will move one step back, which we will get 542. And 50 times 10 is 500. So as we get this fraction, we could still simplify it by 2. 542 divided by 2 is 271. And 500 divided by 2 is 250. And the final answer, you're supposed to get 271 over 250. By checking this, we will use our final answer, multiply by 100, equals to, so we will divide this by 5, we'll divide by 50, so it's 5. And 100 divided by 50 is 2, so 271 multiplied by 2 is 542. Divide by 5, you will get 108, 108.4%. So now for question K, we could question K 0.25%. So for this one, we could write it as the fraction form, which is 0.25 over 100 multiplied by 10. 100 divided by 100 is 1. So we will get 0.25. But in this case, we could multiply 100, which is 1, 2 step back, and we will get 25, which we'll write it in the fraction form again, which is 25 over 100 divided by 25. Divide by 25. And 25 divided by 25 is 1. 100 divided by 25 is 4, which you will get 1 over 4 for your final answer. As I like to do is check. So 1 over 4 multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 4 is 25, which is 5. And now you will divide by 100, which is 1, 1, 2. So your dot will be here, which is equals to 0.25%. So for the last question, which is L, it says that 0.002%. By converting this we would write it as the fraction form, 0.002 over 100, which basically we could multiply by 1,000. So it means that 0.002, we would take 3 steps back since there is 3 0 behind. So 1, 2, So it's 2. And 100 times 1000 is, and it's gonna be 50 on the bottom. Yes. And now we will divide this by 2, which you will get 1 over 50,000. Now we'll check it. 1 over 50,000 times 100. We could cross out 2 zeros. I'm gonna write it on the top. So we could divide it by 100 again. As we could also divide it by 100 again. And now, wait a second, let me erase all this. And so now we just get like this. We just now get 20, as we can use 20 divided by 10,000, which means need to move 4 steps since there is 4 zeros at the back, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, which means it will be equals to 0.00020%. Oh wait, 2%. Now we will continue to question. Now we'll move on to question number 2. So for this question, it says that express the following fraction as percentage. So for this one, it's for A, it says 3 over 5. So by converting this into percentage, we will use 3 over 5 multiplied by 100. As 100 divided by 5 is 20. So our final answer, I will get 60. Now for B, and B is over 5. By converting this into fraction, we would also multiply by 100. And 100 divided by 25 get 28%. So for question C, 17 over 20. Yes, we would also use 17 over 20 multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 20. So 17 times 5 is 85%. For question B, we will use 3 over 10 multiplied by 100. So 3 times 10 is equals to 30. So now for B is over 100. We will multiply by 100 as well.